For weeks, Arsenal fans had lived in a state of quiet expectation. The summer transfer window was well underway, and while a few names had been linked to the North London Giants, none quite ignited the fire of imagination like Eberechi Eze. The Crystal Palace talisman had enjoyed a stellar season, dazzling with his quick feet, sharp vision, and magical bursts through midfield. Rumours had circled like vultures, whispers of Liverpool's interest, Chelsea's sudden push, and even distant murmurs from abroad. But something about Arsenal's pursuit felt different. It wasn't just business. It felt personal. In the Arsenal camp, Mikel Arteta had a vision. He wasn't just building a team, he was crafting a dynasty. A legacy. And in his blueprint for success, Eze was a perfect fit, a unique blend of elegance and explosiveness, the type of player who could turn a tight match on its head with a single flick of brilliance. The fans could sense it. Every post, every tweet, every glance toward the Emirates was charged with anticipation. And then came the breaking news: Eze had landed in London, not for a vacation, but for his medicals with Arsenal Football Club. What most fans didn't know was that Arsenal had been working behind the scenes for weeks. Edu Gasper, the club's sporting director, had initiated contact with Eze's representatives as early as mid-June. Crystal Palace were firm in their stance, no less than £60 million. It was a steep fee, but Arsenal were not playing games. Not this time. Negotiations were intense. Arsenal offered a structured deal, a guaranteed fee of £50 million with an additional £10 million in performance-based add-ons. Palace wanted more money up front. The Gunners hesitated, then recalibrated. It was a dance of patience and persistence. In the background, Arteta kept calling. Not the agents. Not the board. Eze himself. He painted the picture: I see you at the heart of our project. We've built a strong spine with Rice, Odegaard, and Saliba. Now I want you to be the spark in front of them. You're not a squad player, Eze. You're a star. Eze listened. And slowly, the idea grew. The boy who once roamed South London parks with a dream was now a man on the cusp of joining one of the most exciting young squads in Europe. Arsenal were not alone in their admiration. Chelsea had been monitoring Eze since his QPR days, and their scouts sent glowing reports. When word got out that Arsenal had reached a personal agreement, Chelsea made a last-ditch call to the player's camp. They offered more money. A bigger contract. A quicker path to project stardom. Liverpool, too, had tested the waters. With Thiago aging and Curtis Jones still developing, Klopp saw Eze as a natural link between defence and attack. But the Merseysiders hesitated over the fee. They believed Palace would blink first. They didn't. Arsenal did what neither rival was willing to pay the price and seal the deal. At London Colney, preparations were already in place. The number 10 shirt, vacant since Smith Rowe's loan departure, lay folded on a table. A seat at the team's tactical meeting was reserved. The script was being written. All that remained was the signature. On the morning of July 23, a blacked-out Mercedes van pulled up outside Arsenal's private medical facility. Out stepped Eberechi Eze, dressed simply, but smiling wide. The cameras didn't catch much, just a blur and a flash, but the online world exploded. "He's here!" screamed one fan account. "The magician has landed," tweeted another. Inside the facility, the routine began: cardiovascular tests, strength and mobility assessments, blood work, and an extended MRI to ensure no hidden injuries from the previous season. Eze passed every phase with flying colors. Arsenal's doctors were impressed by his conditioning, noting how well he'd managed his physical output during Palace's demanding campaign. By 5 p.m. it was official. Eze had signed the dotted line. The media team got to work, preparing the welcome video, the photo shoot, the highlight montage that would go viral before the evening news. But the moment wasn't just for the fans. Eze sat with Arteta for nearly an hour, discussing tactics, expectations, and the future. "You're going to enjoy this," the manager said with a grin. "This is where you belong." Eze is not your average midfielder. At 26, he is entering his prime with a maturity few possess. Last season, he finished with 11 goals and 8 assists, numbers that only tell half the story. His dribbling success rate was among the best in the league, his chance creation second only to the likes of James Maddison and Bruno Fernandes. At Arsenal, Eze offers something different. Odegaard is the conductor, dictating tempo and shape. Declan Rice is the anchor, providing structure and bite. But Eze is the chaos, the flair, the wild card. He breaks lines, disorients defenses, and creates from thin air. Arteta plans to deploy him in a hybrid role, part 8, part 10, floating between midfield and attack. In games where Arsenal struggle to break down low blocks, Eze will be the key. Against high-pressing teams, he'll provide the calm to beat the press and launch counter-attacks. He has that rare ability, Arteta once said of him. He can make football look like jazz. Beautiful, unpredictable, unstoppable. By midnight, the internet was ablaze. "Best signing of the window," shouted one Gooner TV comment. "Rice, Saka, Martinelli, Eze, that's unfair," said another fan. YouTube compilations racked up hundreds of thousands of views in hours. The Emirates Stadium store announced that Eze 10 shirts were available and sold out in 2 hours. Former Arsenal greats chimed in. Ian Wright, a longtime admirer of Eze, posted a smiling photo captioned, "North London is ready, nephew." Even Patrick Vieira, Eze's former manager at Palace and Arsenal legend, tweeted, "A great move for a great player. Proud of you, EBS." This wasn't just about Eze, this was about Arsenal's evolution. In 3 years, Arteta had transformed a broken squad into Premier League contenders. But something was missing, that one player who could unlock the door when all else failed. Many thought it would be Kai Havertz. Some hoped Fabio Vieira would step up. Neither fully clicked. Now, Arsenal had Eze. A game changer. A difference maker. The move also sent a message. To City. To Liverpool. To the rest of Europe. Arsenal weren't here to participate anymore. They were here to dominating. At his unveiling, Eze stood in front of the press, glowing with pride. "Joining Arsenal is a dream. I grew up watching legends wear this shirt. Now it's my turn to make memories. I'm ready to give everything for this club." He paused, then added with a smirk, "Can't wait for my first game at the Emirates. That place is magic." When asked why he chose Arsenal over Chelsea and Liverpool, his answer was simple. "I felt the love here. The manager didn't just want me, he believed in me. That made the difference." With Eze in the squad, Arsenal's lineup now boasted one of the most feared attacks in Europe. Saka on the right. Martinelli on the left. Eze roaming behind Jesus or Gyökeres. The midfield trio of Rice, Odegaard, and Eze offered control, creativity, and chaos in equal measure. The Community Shield was just days away. Pre-season would offer the first glimpse of the new-look Arsenal. Internally, the mood was electric. Players welcomed Eze with open arms. Saka and him bonded immediately, two South London boys now lighting up the red side of North London. Even the training sessions were different. More intense. More competitive. Eze's presence pushed everyone to raise their level. As night fell over London and the Emirates sat quiet under the stars, one could sense the winds of change. This was not just another signing. It was a statement. Arsenal had captured one of England's brightest talents, outmaneuvered their rivals, and taken another bold step toward greatness. In the coming weeks, the Premier League would begin again. The stakes would rise. The pressure would mount. But Arsenal were ready. They had their magician. Eberechi Eze had arrived. And he was ready to make history. Please subscribe for more.